What up? It's your boy King Dial 225 coming at you with another reactionary video. Red pill content. I gotta warn you, this is a trigger warning. This will trigger your ass. Man, this video, father sentenced to 6 months in jail for overpaying child support. Man, look, every time I hear a woman, especially women within my community, talk about this world's a patriarchal society, shit, not in the black community. This has been matriarchal society for the last 3, 4, 5 generations. We are oppressed. Bullshit. Within my community, females have way more control and authority than any man I've ever seen. Way more. How do they got this control and authority? This is one of the biggest issues. One of the biggest issues is child support court. And a lot of other various issues when you get these goddamn government assistance programs. And I'm not saying some women don't need them. Some women don't. But when you get these government assistance programs, a lot of them tend to, like, the father can't be around. He can't be involved. In order for to get this, you got to put him on child support. Basically, you got to make him your enemy. And I remember a couple years ago, they had this video went viral on the internet where a woman was like, well, I don't need no man because the government my man. The government pay all my bills because she on welfare and food stamps and public assistance and housing and Medicaid, all that. But one of the biggest issues I have with this system and how it's against my community and the family structure is child support court. Oh, I don't want to really get into my history on how I felt, how they treat you, what they do. They don't really give a shit about the kid. They don't. I always felt like the child support court structure is doing what it was intended to do, to separate the black family, to create animosity and bitterness between the black woman and the black man. Again, I'm not saying a man, as a man should supposed to take care of his responsibility and provide for his child. But how can you give the woman the power to imprison a man? You're like, oh, she ain't, if you just pay your child support, you ain't gonna go to jail. Say, bro, I got this this pressure hanging on my head. Like, if I don't keep a job, if I don't pay I'm gonna go to jail. And she can call the people and be like, well, he ain't paying up. I want you to go arrest him. Let's get into the video, this egregious video on example of how fucked up the child support court system is.
Well, a Houston father is facing 180 days in jail for overpaying his child support and over-visiting his 11-year-old son. His attorney and a community activist are now demanding answers. Randy Wallace joins us live with a story you'll see only on Fox. Randy?
Don, we all expect to see judges throw the book at fathers who fail to pay child support. But a father who says he's been doing the right thing now has an arrest warrant against him.
It's my responsibility to take care of it. You know, I brought him in this world. I have to.
Clifford Hall says he's more than happy to pay child support for his 11-year-old son.
I'm his father. You know, it's my responsibility to take care of it.
But Hall says when the amount of child support was modified, no one told him.
And I discovered that for some reason his employer was withholding a large amount some weeks, a small amount some weeks, zero amount some weeks.
And I didn't want to go to jail, basically.
So Hall quickly paid almost $3 grand in back child support. When Hall and his ex-wife were in Judge Lisa Millard's court last November, he owed nothing.
Opposing counsel testified twice that he's all paid up.
But the attorney representing the child's mother wanted Hall to pay her $3 grand in attorney fees, and Judge Millard agreed. Court documents also reveal Hall wasn't following the court's scheduled times to pick up his son. Another modification, he said.
I'm gonna pause. Y'all don't think that's a fucked up system in which the man gotta pay child support, pay all everything up front, but now I got to pay her attorney fees? Are you serious? Or go to jail?
he knew nothing about.
The judge ended up sentencing him to 6 months in jail.
When she said, remand you to the Harris County Jail for 180 days, my mouth just dropped.
This entire situation is shocking to me. I've never seen one like this.
Community activist Cornell X wants the state's judicial board to investigate.
The court failed the child. The court failed Mr. Hall. The system broke down.
I can't be there for my son in jail. I can't pay child support in jail. This is not in the best interest of the child.
Judge Lisa Millard says Hall walked out of court after he was found in contempt, which she says is a big no-no. Judge Millard also points out Hall's attorney could have filed a motion for reconsideration. She says that would have allowed her to hear both sides again and reevaluate the situation. Hall's attorney is now working on an appeal, and in a few days, Hall plans to turn himself in, and Don will, of course, keep everybody posted on how this plays out.
It really is a strange situation.
Very, very, very strange. I mean, it kind of shows that sometimes these things can be changed, modified. Maybe one parent doesn't know, but it's very confusing, and you've got to wonder how this man could go to jail for this.
All right, Randy Wallace, thank you.
You're welcome.
I know how he can go to jail for it because he's black. And I'm not saying that other races don't go through this shit, but man, as a black man, I feel like shit, we've been an enemy and a target of America since the beginning. Like how my issue with child support court is all they are concerned with is the money aspect. If you concerned with the welfare of the child, you should be worried about the money, the visitation, the mindset of the mother, because a lot of mothers put a lot of men on child support for bitterness. Oh, you don't want to be with me, I'm going to go put you on child support. Oh, you don't want to do what I say, I'm going to put you on child support, and them niggas going to put you in jail. Like, bro, how many times, how can a man live like that, bro? How can a man live like that? You got so much control and authority over my life, my finances. And that's the tips I give young men out there, right? Whatever you do, it takes away from you. Don't add to. You go have a baby, they taking your money. You go get married, they taking your money. She can take half of your shit. So be cautious in what you do. Be cautious who you lay down with. Be cautious who you have a baby with. Be cautious who you marry, bro. We have more power than we think. We have the power to choose who we want to fucking lay down with or not. You impregnate one of these bitter baby mama bitches and they go out there and play these people on you, then I'm not going to say it's your fault because you didn't expect it. Because you never know when a woman going to turn bitter. Like, I'm going to give my example. Man, I was on child support for baby number 2. I got 3 baby mamas. Well, I used to say 2 baby mamas and 1 ex-wife, but shit, she married now, so they all 3 baby mamas now. And I intended to marry all 3 of them when they got pregnant. I tell these stories to my kids. I'm like, bro, man, I was about to break up with y'all, mammy. Like, real talk, man. I was about to break up with y'all, mama. I couldn't take this shit no more. Then the day I was about to break up with 2 of the 3 of them, they told me they were pregnant. Before I get out of my mouth, I'm like, man, I got to do the right thing. I got to take care of my responsibility. I even offered to marry these women. One of them abandoned my first one. That's how I was a single father. Raised her since she was 2 weeks old by herself. Didn't put her on. She wasn't around. Didn't run behind her for no money. Didn't threaten to put her in jail. The second was the straight bitterness. Straight bitterness. When I tell you I was giving this girl the same amount of money before we went to child support court, had her sign papers stating that I was giving her this amount of money. And she went down there anyway because, I'm going to be honest, she asked me a question and I was stupid enough to tell the truth. She asked me, real shit, this is real talk. She asked me, am I out of all the women you've been with, did you love me the most? And stupidly, I said, no, probably top 5. Man, after this, like a switch flipped in her head, bro. Like I was her enemy. She was angry at me. Fuck all the times you cheated on me. Fuck all the times you played me. Fuck all the time. I ain't never cheat on this girl. Never, ever, ever. But you were the perpetrator and I was the victim in the relationship. And after we broke up. And he asked me a question. I'm thinking, we cool. After we broke up, it's like, I'm put you on child support. Everything I say, I'm put you on child support. When I tell you, for the majority of my child, like, and we estranged now. Right now, me and my second daughter are estranged because of the influence of her mother. I haven't talked to my second daughter in like 3-4 years, right? Because she had this feeling like I don't care about her. I love all my kids. Now, we so estranged for 4 years. She an adult now, and it hurts my feelings. It hurts my heart because I love my kids. I do this shit for my kids. When I get money, when I get rich, it's going to be their money. No bullshit. But to think that she would jeopardize the health of my child, the welfare of my child for her own bitterness and misguidedness, and the courts don't give a fuck about that. I can't go to court and say, well, Your Honor, she a bad mama because she mentally and physically and well, physically, if she physically abuses, they'll take the child away from her. Well, she a fucking bitter bitch. Okay, we don't care about that. Just tell me how much money you make so we can tell you how much you got to get this lady. Like, why she get to be the custodial parent guaranteed? Because she the woman, she a mother. You know how hard it is to take a child from a mother in those kind of circumstances. She got to be like overly aggressive. She got to be like a crackhead. Not just a crackhead. She got to be a crackhead smoking crack around the babies and getting the baby crack. You hear me? Like, that's how bad she got to be for them to take kids from their mother. They don't give a fuck about, like, this lady called, my second baby mama called child protection on me. They came to investigate. I with my daughter 2 times her whole life. She took her ass down to the hospital like I was abusing her and beating her. The child protection people came like, man, you don't look like you were beating or abused. I had police call on me. And black women just don't get, every time you call the police on a black man, it's a high percentage that he can get killed. Like, I'm a big 6'1" dude, 280 pounds. The police see me, his hand is on his gun, no questions asked. He ain't coming to talk to me all cool, calm, and collected. He want me to comply first, and then we can discuss this shit. Because, nigga, you too big for me to be out here wrestling with, right? So all this shit that they know, all this shit they in control of power. This lady basically had control over my life. Do you hear me? Control over my life. I felt like a fucking ATM and a babysitter. Not no father. That bred bitterness and angerness and I ain't try to. And my daughter could tell you before we were strong, I never said nothing evil about your mama, bad about your mama. Didn't even tell you the truth about the shit that your mama did. But she run down at the child support court. They empower her to control my life, to take my money. And then she got the ability to keep my child away from me, regardless of me doing the right thing. Because of her own anger and bitterness. Well, this is your boy King Dow. Hold on. Before I get in this shit, let me tell you a way to correct this. Because I'm for reforming and not defunding. The best way to reform child support court is take the prison option off the table. No man, regardless if he paying or not, should have jail time hanging over their head. Like, you got people in jail for missing child support payments in jail with murderers and rapists. Do you understand me? So my only crime is I'm poor. Well, this is your boy King Dow 225 with another reactionary video. Hit that like, subscribe, and become part of the kingdom. We need to change this shit.